Alright, so round 2 on Civil Frontier, Tyranid Mirror. Apparently the way you play a Tyranid Mirror is to make Raveners. I was unaware. Someone called 5 Raveners last game. I believe they hit that right on the dot. And we'll have Acra and HolyHammer still playing as Hive Tyrant and Lictor, respectively. And see if these builds go the same way they did last time. So, standard build, standard caps, double Termagants. Split, we have the Hive Tyrant going up north, and instead the Lictor's heading south. Nothing terribly exciting yet, of course. You can see the Lictor is already cloaked, moving around the map, gonna try to find some trouble to get into here. Both the Termagants hanging out, up with the Hive Tyrant, Hormagons down, doing some capping on the south end of the map. And Lictor's just roaming around looking for squads right now. So you can see HolyHammer was keeping those Hormagons back while he tried to engage with his Lictor and tried to get those Hormagons in on the Termagants without taking any range damage. Hive Tyrant got a nice little special attack right there at the last second though. And that Toxic Sax upgrade happened just in time to keep those Termagants out of range of the Hormagons, and they do have to fall back. So an excellent flank by Acra's Hormagons right here. Another crippling shot goes off there and slows them down, keeps them off the Termagants. But both melee squads, the Hive Tyrant and the Hormagons, still moving in. Meanwhile, the 2 Termagant squads harassing that Lictor, trying to get him off the field if they can. And the Hive Tyrant still trying to just push back these 2 squads of Termagants. Both players have their natural power farm, the 2 generators up right now. Neither of them took particularly heavy losses or anything there in the first round. The Lictor didn't quite get pushed off the field, so he went ahead and decided to go all the way down bottom and kept some points. Meanwhile, Acra's got his Termagants up a bit too close right now. Hormagons moving in and push those back. Acra decides to retreat before any engagement happens, knowing that he would lose. And VP is just changing hands left and right here. So again, we're seeing the first squad of Raveners come onto the field for both players. And no upgrades for either commander yet. Last game, Acra put both the Rending Claws and the extended Carapace, giving the charge and seismic roar abilities. A nice looking burrow strike right behind those Termagants, and they do just go ahead and fall back immediately. Acra's kind of just moving in a big nasty pile here. Should probably be trying to engage these Hormagons right now with the Terminus. Here comes a burrow strike of the Raveners right on top of those, and the Termagants slow the Hormagaunts. These Raveners kind of just hanging back right now with the Hive Tyrant. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh my goodness. Oh, this could be a nasty loss right here. The Hormagaunts look like they're going to go down. They're trying to leap over that cover. Oh, and the last one just barely escapes with 8 HP. My goodness. And just a nasty looking melee brawl right here. The Hormagaunts getting out, losing half their models, and the Raveners of Acra looking like they're on the losing side of this battle. Both heroes getting forced off by double Termagant fire on either side, and now all 4 squads trying to head into cover. The HolyHammers has to retreat in the face of the second squad of Raveners right here. They fire off a crippling shot at the last second to prevent any further model losses, and that's about it so far. So pretty much a repeat of last game, except Acra is managing to keep up in tech this time, hasn't lost any power, and is doing a lot better with map control so far. We have now all 4 squads of Raveners in the middle, burrow striking all over the place. And at this point in the game, you're going to have to be very careful with your Raveners, because both sides have a fair amount of melee, and those Raveners are, of course, very expensive to reinforce. Of course, the Lictor can flesh hook and pull them out. And oh my goodness, there goes one. Let's see. There's one of each of Acra's, and it looks like HolyHammer actually got all of his, kept all of his alive. So I guess that's really all we're looking at right now is Ravener count. Map control's been going pretty solidly back and forth. Everything's just kind of been staying the center except for this kind of strip right here in the middle. And there's just been some ninja capping going back and forth on the bottom part of the map, but it's pretty much just been big piles of bugs duking it out here, hit the north point of the map. HolyHammer's Raveners took some pretty heavy damage there during that burrow strike, but managed to keep all 3 models alive. That Hive Tyrant looking pretty beat up there. The Termagants trying to force him off, which they do. And both players moving on into Tier 2. Lictor trying to get a few kills here on these Termagants and keep them engaged, but with both of those crippling shots, he just wasn't able to do much. Kind of just stood around in the middle and got shot there. So we just kind of have all the range power right here for Acra hanging out. You see a brood nest going up in the back here. That'll probably help out with these engagements as... Oh no, but spore mines get dropped in, and that could change, that could really put some hurt if they get positioned correctly. You can see with the spore mine detonation and both of those Ravener squads moving into burrow strike, Acra just decided to go ahead and fall back with those Raveners. And that brood nest is going to go down. So with Acra falling back there, it looks like HolyHammer's gotten this chance to turn this map very blue. Those spore mines go down there very quickly, of course, to all that ranged firepower. And, oh, it looks like we have the bonded exoskeleton on Acra's Hive Tyrant. He's going to be charging in there while invulnerable, but of course those crippling shots are going to slow him down and kind of waste the duration of that ability. But I don't think that Hive Tyrant is going to be able to hang out in the face of all that range damage, in addition to the Lictor's pretty reasonable melee damage as well. So we now have 3 Raveners on the field for HolyHammer. We're back to our 5 count of Raveners. Both players hanging out in Tier 2 right now. Those Hormoguns have to be very careful. They lost quite a few models there. They are going to get out, though. And, wow, just look at this pile of ranged damage right now. We have three Devourer Ravener squads and 2 squads of Termagants. That's just going to be some disgusting burst damage right here. And all is quiet right now on the front. Raveners now charging against each other, but one squad of Acras getting focused fired right out of the battle. Pretty much one volley from those 3 squads of Raveners can force off just about any squad. And meanwhile, the Hive Tyrant's just tanking away at all this damage here. Once that ability wears off, though, exactly, he's going to have to retreat. So HolyHammer sitting on about 100-point advantage here with the 2-0 cap in his favor. Of course, Acra's capturing the bottom point, and Raveners burrow striking left and right, destroying, knocking back and hurting everything in sight. Unfortunately, it seems like no one's really getting any decisive victories here. It seems to kind of be a charge in, shoot, and hurt as much as you can, and fall back before you lose anything kind of situation. I know that's generally the synopsis of this game, but right now we just have 2 giant piles of range damage, and nothing that either side can do about it except hope they're in better cover when the engagement comes around. So Acra actually switching it up here a little bit, and getting a Tyrant Guard instead of some more Raveners, so we'll see how that works out. I imagine it should be at least somewhat reasonable, considering the Raveners won't be able to tear it up too badly. Here comes another Burrow Strike, forcing the retreat. And what is that? That is a 4th squad of Raveners now for a HolyHammer. So currently we are at 6 Raveners on the field. Still not hit that elusive 7th that I believe someone called out. And you can see all 4 squads of those Raveners pouring fire into that Tyrant Guard, and they're actually starting to do some pretty reasonable damage. And unfortunately, I guess they are just, in fact, going to be able to kite that Tyrant Guard around and cause it some hurt. They've already managed to take about 1,000 HP out of its 2250 that it has. Here comes another Burrow Strike. One Ravener already falls for Acra. We've got a big engagement here in the center. Everyone's just pouring fire into one another. We have a drop coming in for one side. Looks like a Warrior Brood there, reinforcing all of Acra's units and forcing HolyHammer right off the map there. So HolyHammer now getting a Venom Brood and is going to be bringing some ranged Synapse into that pile of 4 Raveners and 2 Termagants. So that's going to just increase his range damage output to an extreme amount. And it's going to be very difficult for HolyHammer to deal with this, I think, unless he has some plan in mind. So there goes a Lictor Flesh Hook pulling that Ravener out. That's really what both players are trying to do, just take out those Raveners. The Tyrant Guard charges in, but unfortunately doesn't catch anything. HolyHammer saw it coming and maneuvered out of the way. And now we have Venom Broods on the field. Adrenal Gland Warrior Broods are going to make short work of those, though. There goes one model. The Tyrant Guard still charging in. Probably needs to fall back a little bit right now. He does. And just swarms the Ravener. You just saw how quickly that Hive Tyrant's HP got depleted right there. Acra finally able to get some VPs back in his favor here and taking those down away. Probably be able to capture that center VP, but Tyrant Guard turtles up and decides to heal up a little bit. Those Adrenal Gland Warrior Broods are going to be in a bit of trouble under all that range fire. And that Tyrant Guard actually doing a pretty reasonable job of tanking away, but it's going to find itself stranded out here right now by its lonesome with that Venom Brood firing away at it. So let's see, I don't think it quite out-regens a Venom Brood firing upon it, but it is going to take them a long time to whittle that down. Meanwhile, Spore Mines are sitting down here on these Hormagaunts. Oh, and they do retreat. I'm not sure if he was just leaving them there as intimidation. He didn't, HolyHammer didn't bother to blast one of those Spore Mines. He just kind of left them sitting there as sort of a challenge to Acra. Here comes 2 Burrow Strikes. Meanwhile, the rear 2 Raveners are hanging back. The Adrenal Gland Warrior Broods get the Venom Broods tangled up in combat. And a nice looking retreat. Oh, and there's a good looking charge from the... Oh, wow, and that was very nice play. I don't think... Was that a full Ravener squad? That may have been a full Ravener squad that Acra just took out right there. I think I only count 3 on the field now. Yes, a mere 3 Ravener squads for HolyHammer. But, oh, man. That was a pretty close call right there for Acra. Almost got his own Ravener squad taken out as well. Still pretty far behind on the VPs. He's going to be hard-pressed to gain this map control back. He did manage to take a squad out. HolyHammer's not hesitating. Just go ahead and rebuild those Raveners as soon as the last squad fell. So, oh man, and just you can see in one volley the Hive Tyrant's HP just drains almost down to nothing. Spore Mines and Hormagaunts now kind of babysitting that bottom point, and the Hormagaunts going ahead and tearing into Acra's natural power farm there. This Tyrant Guard has actually been doing a pretty good job of intimidating and harassing HolyHammer's ranged pile. A nice looking retreat charge crushing all kinds. Oh man, and taking out the Lictor Alpha as well. Rippers were dropped in the back to tie up those Venom Cannon Warrior Broods. But there's still, once again, 4 Ravener squads on the field right now for HolyHammer. Acra's sitting at under 100 VPs right now, though. Gonna be able to even that out, and Adrenaline Warrior Brood getting pulled in by the Hormigons, and it looks like this Tyrant Guard may be out of luck here. I don't think... Oh, there it goes! That's very unfortunate. That may be it for Acra. Oh, and there's the GG. HolyHammer takes the match 2-0. And that is a Tyrannid mirror for you. I think we actually had 8 Raveners throughout the game since one went down and a 4th came up once again. So there we go. HolyHammer will be advancing.